up, people? Welcome to our top 10 most influential fighters in history list. Hope you enjoy it. Number 10, the notorious Conor McGregor. Conor took the MMA world by storm in 2013, exuding confidence, swag, a strong sense of style, and an insane left-hand shot. Conor captured the eyes of fans, old and new, across the globe. Carrying the tricolour of Ireland on his back, the Irish fans followed him in droves to Vegas and New York to witness history, which he created with record-breaking pay-per-view numbers over and over again. From a 13-second knockout of Jose Aldo to toying with Eddie Alvarez and then landing the money fight with Floyd Money Mayweather, Conor set records and he set trends while stacking massive paydays. From his memeable press conference moments to being the ultimate promoter inside and outside of the octagon, Conor's influence on the sport of mixed martial arts cannot be denied. All in all, the champ does what he wants. Coming in at number 9, Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya is one of the most exciting fighters in boxing's history. He started turning heads in the sport at the 1992 Summer Olympic Games, where he took home a gold medal in the lightweight division representing the United States of America, which is where he was also coined the Golden Boy. Racking up titles in the junior lightweight, light welterweight, light middleweight, and middleweight divisions, De La Hoya proved he could get it done against the best, regardless of weight class, utilizing his exciting fighting style. His marketability landed him multiple endorsements, including the cover of video games like Fight Night Round 3. Although he would come up short in some of his biggest fights, his brand never faltered. In 2002, he started Golden Boy Promotions, a first for an American of Mexican heritage, to give fighters another platform to get paid. De La Hoya retired in 2008, the same year he was inducted into the U.S. Olympic Hall of Fame. Coming in at number 8, B.J. Penn. The Hawaiian fighter J.D. Penn III, aka The Prodigy, is truly a legend in MMA. He competed in the featherweight, lightweight, welterweight, and middleweight divisions, including an openweight bout against Lyoto Machida where he weighed 191 pounds. BJ is responsible for lighting the fire in the lightweight division, which is arguably the best division to this day. Rocking his patented white shorts with the BJJ black belt, he had iconic celebrations after his wins, slapping himself and licking the blood from his gloves. BJ would become the second fighter in UFC history to earn titles in multiple weight classes. With BJPenn.com, he utilized his name and his brand to create a website for news and rumors, in addition to his own personal vlogs, something we see more and more from fighters today. Widely regarded as the best pound-for-pound fighter in MMA history, Penn has already earned a spot in the UFC's Hall of Fame. Coming in at number 7, Sugar Ray Robinson. Walker Smith Jr. is widely regarded as the best pound-for-pound boxer of all time. In fact, he's responsible for sports writers creating the pound-for-pound listings. His boxing record, 201 bouts, 174 wins, 109 knockouts. His amateur record was an undefeated 85 bouts. Not only was he a great boxer, he was a star outside of the ring as well, an actor, socialite, credited with being the first to roll with the modern-day entourage. What made him special inside the ring was his ability to switch styles and his precision punching. Robinson's speed combined with fight finishing power sent most of his opponents home early, but his bouts with Jake LaMotta were classic decisions. A welterweight champion and a 5-time middleweight champion, Robinson retired in 1965 and passed away at the age of 67, but his legend lives on. Coming in at number 6, Joe Louis. Joseph Louis Barrow, aka Joe Louis, aka Brown Bomber, is considered one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time. With a professional record of 66 wins, 52 knockouts with only 3 losses, the Brown Bomber possessed punching power that could end any fight in an instant. He held the heavyweight title from 1937 to 1949, the longest span in the history of boxing. He volunteered to enlist in the U.S. Army in 1942, although he would not see any combat during World War II. An inspiration to Muhammad Ali and many others, he was considered a nationwide hero in the U.S., the first African American hero to be exact. With 25 heavyweight title defenses, a multiple-time Fighter of the Year, statues and arenas bearing his likeness and name are found in Detroit and Las Vegas. Louis passed in 1981 and was posthumously given the Congressional Gold Medal. Coming in at number 5, Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is referred to as the best defensive boxer in history. After taking home the bronze medal in the 1996 Olympics, Floyd's career would take off to meteoric levels. Known for his defense and precision punching, Floyd lived by the mantra hit and don't get hit, carrying him to a 50-0 record. Living up to the Money nickname, Money May loves to flaunt his lavish lifestyle. Cars, jewelry, women, the rewards from being the most lucrative pay-per-view attraction of all time while owning his own promotion, Mayweather Promotions. Floyd knows how to generate cash and has fun while doing it. With appearances at WrestleMania 24 against The Big Show in a no DQ match, to coming out of retirement to face Conor McGregor in a fantasy matchup, to an exhibition bout against young kickboxing phenom Tenshin Nasukawa in Japan, Mayweather's legacy is health, wealth, and longevity. Coming in at number 4, Ronda Rousey. With one of the best game faces around, Ronda Jean Rousey is a legend in women's mixed martial arts. An Olympic judoka, she took home the bronze medal at the 2008 Summer Olympics. She took those skills to the octagon, where she took the MMA world by storm, one armbar at a time. Allowing Ronda to get a hold of you meant you were getting tossed seconds later, and you'd be lucky to survive what came next. Ronda was the first female champion in UFC history and took full advantage, parlaying her championship run into books, modeling, acting gigs in movies like Furious 7, The Expendables 3, and others. Her marketability carried the torch for women in MMA, bringing new eyes to the sport that would have otherwise never tuned in. Ronda connected with audiences, especially with young women who needed a role model. After her UFC career, Ronda transitioned to pro wrestling, where she quickly found success. Already a UFC Hall of Famer, Ronda is responsible for getting women into the UFC. Number 3, Mike Tyson. Michael Gerard Tyson is one of the most vicious punchers of all time. Not only was he insanely powerful, he was also insanely fast for a heavyweight boxer. Whether you called him Iron, Kid Dynamite, or the baddest man on the planet, when you tuned into a Mike Tyson fight, you knew you were tuning in for a violent finish. He holds the 3rd longest championship run in heavyweight history with 8 consecutive title defenses. Perhaps the most intimidating fighter in history, Tyson came to finish everyone who stood across the ring from him with 50 wins and 44 knockouts. He was far from perfect though. He had his transgressions in and out of the ring, like biting off Holyfield's ear in their 1997 bout. Tyson was featured in perhaps the most famous sports video game of all time, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on Nintendo, where he was the incredibly tough final boss that knocked you out in one punch. Mike would go on to act in movies like The Hangover, and he would tell his story his way, in his own words, in his one-man show in Las Vegas. Tyson's legacy as one of the most vicious punchers will perhaps never be matched. Number 2, Royce Gracie. The Gracie train changed martial arts forever at UFC 1. Royce Gracie showed the world that there was much more to fighting than throwing punches and kicks. When he showed up in a gi and tapped out his opponents left and right, no matter their size, everyone took notice, revealing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu to be exact, to the entire world. He is damn near unanimously considered to be the most influential figure in MMA history. Of his 15 professional MMA wins, 12 were by submission. Winner of the UFC 1, 2, and 4 tournaments, Royce competed off and on from 1993 to 2015 and bouts in Japan under the Pride and K1 banners. He returned for one last fight against his rival Ken Shamrock, where he would record the only knockout of his professional career. Royce Gracie changed fighting forever, bringing something to the table that the world had never seen before. Number 1, Muhammad Ali. Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr., aka Muhammad Ali, is without a doubt the most influential fighter in history. We could go on and on for hours about his legacy and influence as a boxer and his influence on society as a man outside of the ring. He was a slick heavyweight boxer with smooth defense and quick hands who created some of the most memorable moments in combat sports history. Fights with Joe Frazier in the fight of the century and Thrilla in Manila. The rumble in the jungle against George Foreman. There he said, "I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. Handcuff Lightning, thrown Thunder in jail. This is also the fight where the Rope-A-Dope was born. His iconic match against Antonio Inoki in Japan was MMA before MMA was even born. Ali was a showman through and through, the first and best to utilize trash talk and rhymes to bring hype to fights, and also dismantle his opponents before they even stepped into the ring. An Olympian, a champion, a civil rights activist, a teacher, truly an icon. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell for notifications, and comment below with your top 10 most influential fighters list. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.